All right, let's get right into it. If you're trying to break into tech or just level with your career, you've definitely hit that one big question in the cloud world. You know the one. It's so massive, it can honestly stop you in your tracks before you even begin. Yep, that's the one. Which certification path do you actually go down? And look, this isn't just picking a favorite color. For a lot of us, this feels like a huge fork in the road for our careers. Nailing this choice can literally be the shortcut to landing the job you've been dreaming of. So let me give you the big secret right at the start. There is no single best platform. Forget about that. The real goal is to figure out which one is the best fit for you. It's all about matching it to your career goals, what you already know, and, super importantly, the job market right where you are. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to build your personal roadmap. All right, let's jump in. First up, we're going to meet the three big players in the cloud game. We'll do a quick flyover just to get the lay of the land before we really get into the nitty-gritty. Just look at this. You can instantly see how each of these giants has kind of claimed its own territory, right? AWS, think of it like the Walmart of the cloud world. It's the huge established leader with the widest variety of services. And that means, you guessed it, the most job postings. Then you've got Azure, which is the undisputed king of the corporate world. If a company is already running on Microsoft stuff, Azure is their go-to. And finally, GCP, or Google Cloud. That's the cool, high-tech boutique for all things data and AI. It's where the cutting-edge stuff happens. So let's zoom in on AWS. Honestly, you can think of this as the safe bet. Why? Because it's the market leader by a long shot, which means it has the most jobs listed, period. You'll see it everywhere, from brand new startups to the biggest companies on the planet. That makes the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner a really solid, super versatile place to start your journey. Now, Azure's big strength, it's totally plugged into the corporate ecosystem. I mean, think about it. If a company has spent years using Windows Server and Office 365, moving to Azure is just a natural, easy next step. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you're aiming for a job in a big company, especially in sectors like finance or healthcare, the Azure AZ900 certification is often the fastest way to get your foot in the door. Okay, let's talk about Google Cloud. Now, you might hear it has a smaller market share, and that's true, but don't let that fool you. It is an absolute beast in the hottest areas of tech right now. We're talking data analytics, machine learning, and AI. Companies that are all about data, the ones using tools like BigQuery to make big decisions, they are all in on GCP. So if that world gets you excited, then the Cloud Digital Leader Cert is your golden ticket. All right, so now we know the players, but how do you actually choose your team? Let's take all this info and turn it into something you can actually use. We're moving beyond just theory and building a personal compass that'll point you in the right direction, starting today. Okay, this is where it gets really practical. I want you to forget about those global market share charts for a minute. Here's what you do. Step 1. Seriously, open up LinkedIn or your favorite job site right now. Search for cloud jobs in your city. Just see what comes up the most. Is it AWS, Azure, GCP? That right there is your biggest clue. From there, you just line it up with what you already know and the kind of job you're trying to get. See? This checklist takes a super overwhelming choice and makes it simple. Let's put this into action with a few examples. Say you're brand new to IT and just want to get started. AWS or Azure are going to be your best bet for the most opportunities. But what if you're a total data nerd? Easy. GCP is where you want to be. It's your playground. And if you're an experienced Windows sysadmin, that's a no-brainer. The Azure path from AZ900 all the way up to the Architect Cert, it was practically designed for you. See how it all just kind of clicks when you look at it this way? Okay, so you've gone through the checklist. You've picked your platform, you're feeling good, you're motivated, awesome. But that brings us to the next big hurdle, and it's just as important. How do you actually prepare so you can pass the exam without pulling your hair out? And this right here, this is the question that really separates the people who make it from the ones who get stuck spinning their wheels. I mean, choosing your path is a huge first step, but you still have to climb the mountain, and that means you need the right gear. Wasting your time with study methods that don't work is the fastest way to kill your motivation. Look, the answer today isn't just about studying harder, it's about studying smarter. And this is where some of the new tools out there are complete game changers. I'm talking about AI-guided platforms that don't just throw questions at you. They're built to help you really understand and master the material, so when you walk into that exam room, you feel totally confident. So how does this stuff actually work? Well, instead of you trying to guess what to study next, an AI-guided tool, like what you'll find in Flash Genius, creates a personalized path for you. It prioritizes what you need to work on. And a huge feature is this smart review idea. It doesn't just say you're wrong. It actually explains why the right answer is right, which is how you really learn. You mix that with realistic practice exams, and the whole goal is to make studying way more effective and a whole lot less stressful. And you can see here how things have evolved. A lot of prep tools just give you a bunch of practice questions. And hey, that's a good start. But the next level is about adding intelligence into the mix. We're talking about AI telling you what to study, breaking down why you made a mistake, and even making it fun with gamification to keep you going. It's basically the difference between a static textbook and having a personal tutor in your pocket.
So, there you have it. We've covered the what, the why, and the how. We started with that huge, confusing question, which cloud? And now you have a clear way to find your answer. Plus, you know about the kinds of tools that can get you across the finish line. So now, the spotlight is back on you.
And let's wrap up with the single most important idea. I want you to completely ignore the endless online debates about which platform is the best. None of that matters. The only question that matters is which one is best for you. Use that checklist we talked about, look at the actual jobs available where you live, trust that data, make your choice, and own it. You now have everything you need to make a really smart strategic decision for your career. So that's the whole package. You've got the map to pick your destination, and you know about the tools that'll help you on the journey. There's really only one question left to ask, and it's the most exciting one. What are you going to build next? Thanks for tuning in.